Terry Francona is back in baseball, hired as manager of the Cleveland Indians. I'll tell you why this is a great move for Cleveland. Hey everybody, it's Paulie. Welcome back to This Week in Red, where we're talking all things Red Sox and Major League Baseball. Congratulations go out to Terry Francona, who is back in baseball, hired as manager of the Cleveland Indians. It's great to see a great baseball guy who had a ton of success with the Red Sox back in baseball where he belongs. I know for me, he never really looked right up in that ESPN booth. I know he kind of had to take a year off from baseball because the job in St. Louis didn't work out for him. But it's great to see Terry back in baseball. And I think this is going to be a coup for Cleveland and Indians fans in general because Francona is a good baseball man. He has gotten better as a manager throughout the years. And I throw out the end of last year in Boston. It was not his fault that the 2011 Red Sox collapsed. This was the same guy in the same dugout for 8 years, and if the players had an attitude problem with him at the end, that's their issue. And that's something that you can see is still being worked out in Boston as we speak. They still can't get a handle on what's wrong with that team. Certainly it was not Francona's fault. And going to Cleveland, he's going to have a lot of good young players there. And I know the Indians roster looks pretty bare right now, but they've got some pieces. Jason Kipnis, Asdrubal Cabrera, Carlos Santana, and Justin Masterson, who's a pitcher I think can be very successful under Francona, as he was in Boston. I think it's a good thing for him. Yes, the Indians have to import some more guys. They should bring Sin Shu back into the fold. That would be a good move for them. But I think Francona's taking this job with the understanding that the Indians are going to spend money. I don't think he would have taken the job if the Indians were going to continue to cut back payroll and not spend any money. I think there's some assurances there, and I don't know this for a fact, and neither do you, but I think there's some assurances there that the Indians will spend money and that Indians will be on the road back to being a contender, and as a result, Francona took the job. I think another piece of it is that he's very comfortable with the Indians organization. He's familiar and has worked with Indians GM Chris Antonetti and some other guys in that organization. And the model in Cleveland is very much like the model in Boston. A lot of give and take between the front office and the dugout. I think this is a perfect fit for Francona, and I wouldn't be surprised to see the Indians back in contention in a couple of seasons. But you guys out there, as you look at this Francona hire in Cleveland, what are your thoughts on Terry being back in baseball? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about This Week in Red.